Glad to have you with us from Austin, Texas, DKR Texas Memorial Stadium. It's the Oregon Ducks and the Texas Longhorns. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Here in Austin, DKR is one of the most iconic stadiums in college football. Texas Memorial Stadium, the fans, the burnt orange. You've got Bevo here on the sideline. There is so much to love every time you come to a college football game here. History in the making at DKR. Back to you.
All right, Holly. Ducks ready to kick it away first. Bringing it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage. He stopped at the 17. Three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Brown. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Making side adjustments here. Throwing Manning. Rushes on him. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
And that's not a surprise. When a QB lines up and sees man-to-man coverage on his guy that runs so fast on the GPS that it's speeding in a school zone, like this dude can absolutely roll. He sees man coverage, tries to take advantage of it. They don't execute on that play. But if you want to play that defense, I think you'll get that pattern a lot from that guy.
Manning lines up in the gun on 3rd down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Offense still out there, lining up quickly on 4th down. Manning to throw for it on 4th. Looking to the big tight end. Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. And the Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. Now Oregon will call its 2nd timeout. They burned a couple early, now down to just 1 timeout to work with. They'll snap it on 1st down from the 35. Give to Brown. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down. The Longhorns moving quickly to the line.
And man, you don't have to be a great play caller to give that guy the football, right? Like, feature him. The offense goes through him. You got to love this running back, and he just finds a way to make those chunk plays like he just did, setting the tone. And Palmer, sometimes the defense, they need to see you for a second so they realize how fast, how powerful, how good you are.
Yeah, and the defense said all the right things leading up to this game. We're focused on stopping the run. We want to be the more physical team. We're going to make them one-dimensional. Well, you just got to run down your throat early. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. So for this defense now it's time to show up. You got to blow up now and start doing something about it.
He's knocked down for a loss of 7.
Well, they're trying to go toss to get to the perimeter, but how about the DBs beating their blocks and using their speed to get upfield and create the negative play?
And the Longhorns trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Might be calling a hot route. Arch is going to throw for it. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
Long incompletions are okay. We got to take shots. You got to make big plays in college football. I love that you're taking shots. Keep taking them. Some of those are going to come home. Some of them aren't. But when they come home, they equal big-time points.
Tight end finds a soft spot. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. They've already converted once on 4th down on this drive. They are unafraid to make everywhere 4-down territory.
Freeze! Slap! Ready, go!
4th down, Manning. Here comes the heat. Takes a hit as he releases it and just spiked it right into the ground.
Hey, you come out early in the game, you're trying to send a message to your team that you're confident, you believe in them to convert these 4th downs. You didn't get that one, but don't let it be a detriment moving forward. If you want to stay aggressive, be that way throughout the course of the game.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. On his feet at the 40. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Knocked down at the 27 after a pickup of 5.
You know, I know that wasn't a big gainer, but that's going to set some stuff up later for this offense. Trying to run the football and get it established is huge because play-action pass is a big part of what they try to do when they're throwing the ball.
Throwing more. The sure hands, it's Hooks. They knock him down at the 21. It's a pickup of 5 yards on the play and enough for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Not a lot there. Picks up 1 inside the 20 to the 19.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Moving out to the right. Makes a catch. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the 1st quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the 2nd. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Ducks! They get set for the point after as we have the 1st score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. He'll bring it out. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. The Texas offense makes its way out to begin the drive. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs.
Turning it on! To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. The Longhorns come to the line in the hurry-up.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo.
First down, right back to Brown. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes and that ball bounces and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB and the offense will get a W. Like they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
Quarterback making adjustments. Manning steps to his left, out of the pocket. He'll pull it down. Laundry down on the field as the pass is incomplete, but let's see what the penalty is. The forward pass used to be illegal in football. That one still is. Still third down, but a little less manageable after that penalty. Manning from the gun on third down. Fires to the wideout. Oh, and he just flat dropped it. You do not see this guy do that very often. It'll be fourth down. They're getting to the line quickly and staying out there on fourth down. Manning to throw for it on fourth. He's going for it all. And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
Moves it forward just a bit, a pickup of 1 to the 35.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing out.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll go play action with Moore. Looking left. He's got it. And he's knocked down immediately, but they're in the red zone at the 14.
Gain of 20. And first down for the offense.
And the Ducks peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Dante Moore. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Moore to the air. Here's the pressure. And he'll just get rid of that one.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Third down play in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. Takes the handoff. It's Davison. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. Here comes the field goal unit. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Good, right down the boulevard. And that will extend their lead even further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Final timeout taken here by the Ducks. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. They go to the ground. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
He wants to change this route. To throw, Manning. Looking for a deep man. He holds it in, and nobody's close. He's at the 10. All the way. Touchdown, Longhorns!
Well, the quarterback does a great job with his decision-making. He found the matchup he wanted one-on-one. His tight end's able to stretch the field. He makes the catch, and he does the rest of the work himself, running it into the end zone.
And with the extra point, the lead is cut to 3. It's 10-7. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Moore. Throws for the tight end. Grabbed over the middle. It's Johnson. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Moore will throw. The short hands, it's Stewart. Down the boulevard. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. They've really got this offense humming. Just the 4th play of the drive, and it's 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ducks!
You know, there are so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
And let's finish this half now. And now we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time. So get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Here's Arch to throw. Pocket breaking down. Got his man down the middle. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Now the Longhorns will call the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. To the air on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Coleman. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking downfield, it's Manning. With the catch, it's Townsend. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. They get the timeout called here and probably just enough time for 1 more snap to put up points before the half. And in the waning seconds of the first half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. Splits the uprights. Good. And they'll trot off to the locker room after the field goal to close the half. Just about set to get this second half underway. On the move from inside is 5. And the returner will be brought down.
Kick returners just have to do a better job knowing where they are on the field and what the situation is. That's a ball you got to let go through the end zone. That's a touchback. Instead, you're trying to be the hero, and now you've done yourself more harm than good. The offense starting in terrible field position.
Here's Moore to throw. Makes the grab. It's Johnson. Out of bounds at the 17. Big pickup there, not only in yardage, but it gives them some breathing room. First and 10 from their own 17. Wants to throw it again. Got his man. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Quarterback keep. Could be an alley. Hits him with a stiff arm. Big play. Takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47. The Ducks with the 1st and 10. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
Throwing more. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
It's complete to the left. Tackled right at the 43-yard line, and this D didn't let him sniff that first down marker.
Well, this tight end's really good at finding soft spots and zones. It's not just working over the middle of the field either, but also on the perimeter of the field. And that time, as soon as he releases off the ball, he knows there's no one following me, running with me. This must be zone coverage. Where can I post up and make this easy for my quarterback? He finds that spot. It's a nice game by the offense.
Dante Moore wants to throw again. Looking to the big tight end. And this will fall incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Love the coverage on defense there. Fourth down. They were ready for the pass. You saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
So the first play of the drive will come from the 43. They'll try the run. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. The offense changing the play. Looking to throw, it's Lacy. Bringing the heat. And it's a sack.
And the offense, after giving up that sack, they're not going to take time to think about what happened. They're going right back to the line of scrimmage to try to run another play.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Lost the defense is wide open. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
Come on, defense, what are we doing? I mean, you can't miss this guy. He's like literally the biggest dude on the field. That time, completely wide open. That's way too easy for the offense. He caught the football. There was nobody even near him. Someone on defense has to locate this guy. They've got to communicate to each other if they're passing off in coverage. You can't let that guy be that wide open.
He's knocked down for a loss of 7.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Middle of the field, Colvin's got it. And they're able to get him on the ground. The Longhorns racing to the line in a hurry-up. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Finds his big tight end. And he's got enough for a first down. Now to see if they have enough time to snap it again here in the 3rd. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Now Oregon will call its 2nd timeout. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. On the move, it's Smothers. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. To the air, it's Lacy. It's complete! Into the end zone! Touchdown, Longhorn! Setting up for the extra point and the tie. How about the renaissance of the tight ends? Inline, flexed out, split out. They can do a little bit of everything.
They really can. They're asked to block a lot of the times, too. But I tell you what, all the wide receivers out wide, the fancy toys, the fancy spread. Don't forget about that tight end. He does a little bit of everything, and then you reward the big fella throwing the ball, and he catches, so he really can do a little bit of everything in an offense.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner will be brought down. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Tie game, fourth quarter, plenty of time to work with exactly where you want. There he goes. Big run from deep in his own end, and he's out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
Well, the ball carrier really showed up for his offense there, right? Down in your own end, within your own 10-yard line, you need someone to step up and make an explosive play happen. You got to make people miss and give yourself some room to work and operate and really get this drive going. He did exactly that.
Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Throwing on the run. Goes high to pull it in. Runs through a man, and he might have some space. Electrifying play, and man, are they set up now at the 32-yard line.
And I would argue that's one of the most difficult things to play as a defense is those second plays when they start to get outside the pocket. He does a great job buying time. And what does he do when he rolls out? It gets his receiver a chance to get down the field more, and then he chucks it downfield for the big completion.
They bring him down, the option run to perfection, and it will move the chains. Now the Longhorns will call the first of their 3 timeouts. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. Oh, what a move. Knocked down, but not before he crossed into the red zone and picked up 4 yards down to the 17.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves in position to win.
Level is relentless here on second down. Run in the red zone, it's Davison. Nowhere to go. Same song, second verse, as this defense is ready for this guy. So they'll use a timeout here. 1 more remaining, and of course the 2-minute stoppage coming up as well. And if you didn't know this was a big play, the crowd is telling you. A huge third down. The give to the back. There's some room. They get him corralled, but he carries it all the way down to the 7-yard line. They'll use a timeout on defense here. That's their final one. The clock stops just once more at the 2-minute mark. And the Ducks trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
1st down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
Picked up some of what they needed on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. No running room at all, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and goal.
And you got to think about when you want to use that final timeout, when you're going to clock it. Every single second counts. You need a field goal to win, but you got to manage this clock.
On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. Handoff to the lone back. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. Touchdown, Oregon! And they've moved out front here in the 4th. The Ducks with the answer.
This coaching staff always talks about the depth on the team, and I think, David, we've seen that today here at the running back spot. Recently, the backup coming in, and he's toting the rock, and he's doing damage against this defense as well. A set of fresh legs keeps this run offense effective, and that depth really showing through.
Man, it made a huge difference, but let's give some gratitude to those big boys up front because it didn't matter who was at running back. They had success. They controlled the game, and they controlled the line of scrimmage. Nice to have another guy you can put in late in the game, but it's nice to have those big hog mollies paving the way for your running backs.
Might be changing the route. To throw, it's Lacy. He's going to run it. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, second down coming. Back to pass.
I think he did a really good job, first of all, keeping his eyes downfield. You can see he wanted to throw the football. But when it's not there, don't force it. Tuck it down, get some positive yards.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. From the gun, looking for a man. Fires to the tight end. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Looking downfield on 1st down. He wants a big play here late. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. 2nd and 10, he'll throw again. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Hey, this offense has been a struggle bus. I mean, just call it like it is, guys. It hasn't been good, especially the passing game. And I'll tell you what, QB's played better games before. And I'm interested to watch. Can he stay positive? Can he finish this game off on a good note?
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. Final timeout taken here by the Ducks. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. This late in the game, there's really no question about it. To have any chance to tie this thing up, they have to convert here on 4th down. Art's going to spin it again. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off.
And this offense does not come up big. Man, you needed that 1st down. And listen, the communication with this offense and the execution has left a little bit to be desired, and especially in a big moment right here when you had to have a score and you had to have the 4th down conversion.
They get him on the ground, but boy, they took the business end of that run as he picked up 8. Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Just feeds the running back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch